Hey, how's it going everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Fallout 4 mod Throwback for Throwback Thursday. There are no April Fools in this video. Today we are just checking out one of my absolute favorite plasma-based weapons in the Fallout 4 modding scene, that being the Glock 86 Plasma Pistol by 3Nikki. This adds an amazing, modular, and incredibly customizable plasma pistol into the game based on one of the old plasma pistols from Fallout lore. This thing has a plethora of mods to choose from and can be turned into just about any kind of energy weapon that you could possibly imagine, and has just a lot of variability in its playstyle. On top of that, there are a plethora of unique versions of the weapon that you can also collect that all have their special twist or spin on their version of the weapon. So let's get right into what this mod has to offer. For starters, with the most basic version of the weapon, you have the tactical Glock 86 pistol. It has 20 fire damage, 54 energy damage, shoots energy cells, has a fire rate of 50, a range of 17, an accuracy of 152, a weight of 4.4 pounds, and a value of 419 caps. Keep in mind, some of those stats might be a little bit different considering I am on a high-level character, so they may not reflect exactly what you see when you first pick it up. This weapon is added to the leveled list and can be found on higher-level gunners and out in the world and some legendary spawns as well. This weapon does use the base game's laser, pistol, and rifle animations, but it fits quite well, so I don't really mind it. When it comes to those unique versions, there are 4 that you can go out there to collect, and I'll do a quick spoiler warning here. I will be revealing their locations as well as what they look like, so look away now if you don't want to see that. First of all, we have the rookie rifle here, which can be found in a safe in the Overseer's office of Vault 75. The old boy has a rusted brown and black texture, and it can be found in the Jalbert Brothers disposal, also in a floor safe. The engraved and golden Dignity version of the weapon can also be found in a safe in the Ticker Tape Lounge. And then finally, by far, my favorite version of the weapon, the Magic Gun of Friendship, can be found in the Super Duper Mart at a checkout stand in a shopping cart, because it is a toy, not a real weapon. As you can see, that is reflected with the 1 damage that it shoots. And it really doesn't shoot. Whenever you fire, nothing comes out. However, it does waste your ammo, so be mindful of playing with this thing. It does take some charge to just make that sound effect. Another neat touch is that when you drop the Magic Gun of Friendship, and when you find it in the store, it is in a box, because of course it is. It's a toy, so why wouldn't you find it like this? So, when it comes to modifications, before we look at the nitty-gritty details, first of all, I would like to note that all of the unique versions have different textures for all of their attachments, which is an amazing touch. If you add a stock to the old boy, it will take on the texture of the rest of the gun, which is very aesthetically pleasing. Additionally, the Magic Gun of Friendship cannot be tinkered with at the weapons workbench because, again, it's a toy and you can't make it shoot. It would have been nice if they had added the ability to equip some actual lethal options to it, but oh well, it's something funny to put up at your settlement. So, taking a look at the base version of the weapon, here's what we can do to it. For the receivers, we have the standard electromagnetic coil, we have the alternator, the power bank, and the power block. For grips, we have the plastic grip, which is a pistol animation, the folding stock, which converts it into a rifle, and the marksman stock, which is also a rifle and increases your aim with scopes. For the valves, which is actually where we get our increased damage from, you have the standard safety valve, the medium gas bottle, the supercharger, heating rods, the compressor, and the external circuit, which is a gigantic fusion-powered battery. For sights, we have some really cool, interesting options. We have the short recon scope, which for some reason is at the top of the menu, your standard sights, the reflex sight, the medium scope, the long recon scope, and the long night vision scope. And then for muzzles, these completely change how the weapon behaves, and I will be showing what each of these attachments do because they change how the weapon fires and functions. So for no muzzle, we have the standard way that the weapon is supposed to fire. We have the improvised railgun, which will increase the speed and range of the projectile. The ring rectifier will improve your per-shot recoil and recoil control, as well as increase your damage. The railgun will also increase your damage and increase that projectile speed and range once again. The Hammerhead shoots explosive clots of plasma. Do not use indoors, it says. And finally is the Stingray, which you can't see it from this angle, but has a handle there. And this thing is fully automatic and increases the fire rate to a pretty much uncontrollable, well, fire rate. So for starters here, we have that ring rectifier, which is essentially a compensator. It doesn't really change how the weapon fires at all. As you can see, it is just the standard plasma bolts. Here on the improvised railgun, we have a much faster bullet time. Here is the regular railgun, which also has that increased travel speed. Then we have the Stingray barrel with the very obnoxious handle that takes up most of your screen. And a very uncontrollable hip fire. And ADSing isn't that easy either. And then finally, the most unique, the Hammerhead barrel, which shoots out explosive, incendiary lobs of plasma. Definitely a fun one to have on your side. And then finally, as we always do, we are testing this weapon twice on a Deathclaw, once with no attachments and the lowest damage possible, and then again with as many attachments as we can throw on it and the highest damage that we could achieve. Starting with the low damage pistol, let's try it out now. And when you're a higher level character, it's still a pretty formidable weapon, even with not many attachments. It is plasma based after all, and you won't start finding this until later on in the game. Let's go ahead and check out with the maximum damage. And as you can see, that was a complete cakewalk. Typically we don't take tests further than that, but I think we should try against something just a little bit harder. And what could be harder than a handful of behemoths? Apparently they aren't that hard to begin with. If we could actually land our shots, this thing would probably be dead already. There we go. I guess if you throw on the maximum damage and add on the Hammerhead barrel, it's, well, pretty overkill. And yeah guys, that is the Glock 86 plasma pistol. Definitely one of my favorite energy weapon mods alongside the Layer and the Watts laser gun, which I'm sure will have their own mod throwback episode sometime in the future. In the meantime, this is a really cool plasma-based weapon that you should try it yourself if you haven't already. The link will be in the description below if you want to give this one a go. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you enjoyed the video, drop a like. It helps us get into that algorithm and gets more mods to the people who want to see them. If you want to see more episodes like this in the future, we do throwbacks every single Thursday as well as mod reviews throughout the week. Consider subscribing for more awesome Fallout 4 modding content. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!